A1, whatever you want to call yourself. Being like, Danielle's a part of NewJeans, and so is Minji. Like, I'm literally like, I don't care. These are the active members who are actively in NewJeans. Like, if I was to walk into Hive right now, obviously, like in Hive right now, it's like 10 o'clock at night, half 10 at night. Like, if I was to walk into Hive and see NewJeans working, it would be Honey, Heron, and Hayen. So, if you have a problem with that, please don't tell me. I don't care. I don't care for your reasoning, saying NewJeans will never die, and that like Hive is a horrible company, and that I'm a Hive stan. I don't care. Like right now in my personal life, things are going down, and like I am using this as an escape. Okay, you good? Like, Toki's, you good? Like, is that alright with you? Great. We're just gonna get on with it. NewJeans. They are a free member girl group under Adore and Hive labels. Honey, Heron, and Hayen. They released their debut single, Attention, on the 22nd of July, 2022. 2022. 2022. Yeah. As a 5-member group. And they officially debuted on the 1st of August 2022 with their first EP, NewJeans. And as NewJeans, like as the group name, Jeans are known for their timeless fashion, as every single generation of like life has, like pretty much since jeans, trousers have been invented, jeans have kind of been seen, like the progression of jeans, as it were, has kind of hallmarked certain generations, right? And it's also meant to be like a word play on like the word new genes, like genetic, in that the group is going to be a new generation of music, which, you know, they have been. And I will say that I do like some of their music. It's just that their discography is really small, and their music, because of them being so popular, a lot of their music was kind of overplayed to the point where I literally can't listen to it that much. Well, I will say that my favourite song from their first EP would probably be Hype Boy, and then Hurt. I like those two songs. From their second, Get Up, it's just amazing. And then probably Not Super Shy, sorry. I was trying to think of the name because I've not really listened to it in a while. And then I do quite like their OST, but, you know, they just haven't really released like that much music. And a lot of their music is K-pop, but in a Western music style font, you know? Like, I can see that it is K-pop, but it is very Western. And, you know, that's just not my height. That's not really my music, because, like, I had to listen to a lot of, like, that sort of music when I was younger. So, listening to something different, you know, I'm always going to kind of go for groups that have like a different musical genre. So yeah, that is a general background on the group. First up we have is Hani Pham, or Pham Nyok Han. She's vocalist, born on the 6th of October 2004, making her a Libra and a monkey, and she is Vietnamese Australian. So she was born in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Her parents are Vietnamese, so that's where. I think it's just her mum. I don't know. I don't really know. Again, I don't actually, like, I kind of, the things that I know about NewJeans have been through like news things. I've not seeked out knowing anything about them, you know? Okay, so both her parents are Vietnamese, and she has a younger sister called Jasmine, who was born in 2007. I thought that was said that, like, she has a brother called Harry. No, that's her male English name. And so she can speak Vietnamese and Korean and grew up speaking English, but she's most comfortable speaking English over Korean, and yet is more comfortable with Korean over Vietnamese. That is interesting. You wouldn't think that, because like when you grow up in a bilingual family, you just kind of learn. You kind of grow up learning both languages, and so you would think that you would just be comfortable with either of the two languages that you were taught as a kid. But I mean, like, if that's Hanny's prerogative in life, then like, good for you. I'm pleased that you feel comfortable with speaking any language. I don't know. Next member we have is Heron, Kang Heron, or Vanessa Kang. She was born on the 15th of May 2006 in Taurus and girl, and she was born in Dongju. I can't speak. Jesus Christ. Gyeongju in Seoul, South Korea. She has a younger sister born in 2009, and she can speak English and Korean. Whenever I hear like X member can speak English, and I've not heard them speak English, like I'm not saying that I don't not believe them when I hear that, but it's like, is it that you know how to greet in English and that you could hold a very basic conversation? Or if I was to approach you and start talking to you, would you understand? Because like, even though when I'm talking like this, like when I'm podcasting, I'm obviously speaking a little bit slower. I'm speaking in a bit more of I speak in the way that I talk to my parents, but if I was to talk how I talk to my friends, I would talk a bit faster, and I probably wouldn't make as much sense to someone who might just be learning English. And I'm not, this isn't me criticizing, but if anyone does know, please do tell me. Like, if you want to suggest like clips and stuff that I can see, and then I can be like, oh yeah, no, she like gauged it from that point of view. I'd love to look. But I do know that the group is good at speaking English because of like them being advertised. So, and I am aware of the clip talking about dinosaurs between Hanny and Danielle. I do know that there was that, honestly, a really strange argument between them both. I was like, what am I watching right now? Like, I'm confused. As I was saying, Heron has a younger sister in 2009. Yeah. Her male English name is Stefan. And she picked the sun emoji as to represent her, because of hair from Heron meaning sun. Like Hey-chan. His whole thing is like the sunshine, not brilliant. The next member we have is Lee Hagen, or Grace Lee. She's born on the 21st of April 2008, making her a Taurus and a Ram. And she was born in Incheon, South Korea. She has an older sister born in 2003 and an older brother older sister born in 2003 and an older sister born in 2000. And she can speak Korean and English. Again, like I said, is it that she is comfortable with saying her name, or is she I don't know. She was also a member of USSO girls under Jong in 2017 to 2018, and she was in a member of a TV show's co-ed group. The TV show being Pocket TV, and the group being Play With Me Club from 2020 to 2021. Okay. You're alright. Oh wow, they have a lot of information on her. But yeah, no, that is the free current active, the members of NewJeans that are under hype. I am so scared of saying anything wrong. Because you know what? If I'm gonna call a horse, bunnies scare me. To be completely honest, they really do scare me in that I like commented a few times on like online like news stories about it. And every single time I've done that, I have been called a hype stan. And I'm like, I don't care for a company. Much as the same as I don't care about Nestle or Kellogg's. I just like cereal. You know, I like Cocoa Pops. You know, I wouldn't say I'm a diehard for Kellogg's. I'd say I'm a diehard for Cocoa Pops. You know, I have a good addiction to it. It's actually kind of concerning to the point in which my parents get me a box of Cocoa Pops every week when they go shopping. It's a little bit concerning how much I eat those. So if Kellogg's went into administration, I'd be a bit concerned if like I couldn't get Cocoa Pops anymore. But I'm also like, well, I guess, you know, they did something to make them go into administration. I'm like, I think some people forget that, like, this is real life and that this isn't just like some little fun, quirky little game that you're playing online. Like, this is like, he, like, other people are like on the other end of the screen. Like, I am. What? About it, and I just kind of wish that it would like not not be like not be so awkward, you know. It's just weird. But yes, if you just wanted to hear about NewJeans, thank you for stopping by. And if you want to hear more about my personal life, then please feel free to stick around. So, anyone who's stuck around, thank you. I always appreciate it. Yeah. So today's Thursday, and obviously this episode goes out tomorrow, which, you know, is pretty standard. And tomorrow, my sister actually is planning to go back to uni, and my dad was meant to drive like my mum and my sister back. I was gonna stay here, and then my dad's kicked off enough that my mum like literally just turned to him and was like, "I'm gonna take her by myself. Like I can't deal with it." And he's just been, you know, like pretend like he. The thing was, is like it was his birthday, and he was pretending like he had a bit too much rich food, you know, and he like was kicking up about that. About not, I'm having an icky tummy, and I'm like, sakes. To be perfectly honest, it's not the first time he's done this, and it's just it's disappointing for Bexy, but it's also kind of annoying for me because like he can just as easily say like, oh, I actually think I will stay here to look after Sophie. Like if you don't know, that's my real name. And I'm like, I don't need looking after like for an entire day. Like, you know, the first time when she initially moved to uni, like I get it, you know, it was such a long day, and my dad's friend like offered to take them, and you know, because he had like business that he had to go do in the same place where my sister went to uni, like in Swansea, and like, you know what, that's fine, you know, like I couldn't understand that because it was the first time my dad didn't really want, like, you know, I could have been upset, like I might need to have been comforted, you know, like that's all right, like I understand that, but then, you know, we went, like I had the experience of being home alone, and yeah, it was scary. I didn't particularly like it, but it was fine. It was a necessary evil so that Bexy could have both her parents there. Like, yeah, you know, I phoned them a lot. I phoned to ask how everything was going, but it was fine. And then, you know, when Bexy's graduate, like when she was moving into a third year, he kicked off like this again, like the first time, and he just refused to I guess how he felt ill and like supposed to like and so he just refused to go. And then like as soon as they left, he was up and he was on the computer. So I'm like, right, okay, whatever. And then on her graduation, when my auntie had come to stay, he did it again. And I was like, well, I guess like Auntie Vanessa might contact my uncle to say like, actually, you know, he my dad. He's staying behind, like, I'll come back. And I was like, please. Like, I was really hoping that she wasn't going to do it. She didn't, obviously. My auntie is good auntie. And we watched Pepsi's graduation. I'm just like, if you. The thing is that, like, he doesn't want to do things that don't benefit him in some ways. And it's, like, disappointing for everyone because it's like, if the carpet that you wanted to buy was in Liverpool and you planned to like go a few days later, you would have absolutely no issues with feeling up to it. But because it's your eldest daughter who wants to move back to uni and wants kind of that time with her parents, he doesn't want to do it. Like, who wants to spend like however many hours on a train? Like, she could do it. She did it when she came over from Swansea the first time, but like it wasn't nice for her because like who wants to be stuck on a train for multiple hours? And like obviously it's just not like that big of a deal for me. It's like I wanted some time by myself. Like I hardly ever actually get that much time alone at all. Like the only times that I'm really kind of by myself, like these days, it's when Bex is at uni, mum's at work, dad's at the car, and you know it gives me that chance to see what it would be like to be by myself, and it's like nice. It's just nice to have like a little bit of alone time, you know. Looking after the cats a little bit, like doing laundry, doing this, that, and the third. Like, it's nice, but, you know, God just doesn't want to let us have that time. And, like, what do you want from us? You know, I don't know, maybe I'm just being too harsh. Like, maybe, I don't know. It's been going on pretty much the entire of like our lives. Like we would only go do something fun if it meant that dad got to get a car. But like we went to Bath for a day because my dad was gonna get a car bit from someone. Like, you know, it was torture for it was horrible trying to get there, you know. We were like stuck in traffic a bunch. And, like my mum, she didn't want to like my dad had to go to the toilet on the side of the road. This was like ages ago. My mum didn't want to drive off in case like we passed him and he couldn't get back to the car. Like it was just awful. And also I got lost in the room and baths. Like you know, like they have the pools essentially. Like I was stuck. I was lost in them. Really. Like actually I wasn't like far away. But you know, my dad was really, really stressed out. He was like, what are you doing? And the only reason we went that day was because my dad wanted to get a car bit. And it's just difficult. You can't really make this stuff up, I swear. But yeah, you know, all of this is probably be cut out. Yeah, thank you as always for listening, and I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon.